all the people that were responsible, our marketing staff, and everyone for getting all the kids here. It's a lot of fun to have them here and let them experience Hilton. And a lot of those kids have never been in this environment, so that was a lot of fun. Obviously, our team, the game itself, I thought we played really, really well. I don't think there's anything that you can point to that we didn't do like we wanted them to do. We got everyone in the game. Everyone got to play, contribute. It's a good way to start. Obviously, a lot of things ahead, but I told them the season starts with a blank slate, and that starts today. And really, really proud of that. And the last thing I would say is certainly want to wish TJ and the guys luck. I know they open tonight, and all the people have to work all day. You guys, I appreciate all of you as well. So it's that time of year, and we're looking forward to what's ahead.
Bill, what'd you think about how you guys defended today?
I thought we defended really, really well. It's always hard the first game because you really don't have specific scouting reports because, they had a lot of new players, and like a lot of mid-major teams, you go through graduation and the portal. So it was more fundamentally on the way we do things, except for, the first quarter, we didn't do a great job on Alyssa Sand, and she played really, really well. We had a hard time with her. But other than that, I don't care who you play, where you play, when you play. To force 20 turnovers, they only had 2 assists. I think they had a hard time scoring, obviously. And our kids are really engaged. I think defensively we spent a lot of time. And like I told you guys the other day, the best coaching move I've made leading into the season was staying away from the defense and let Billy and Coach Steyer handle it. And we're trying to be that kind of team.
How involved were you in the past? How much did that change?
Too much. No, I was involved in basically, delegating things has never been my strong suit. But, we all discussed the game plan, but as far as the day-to-day teaching, implementing, all that stuff is the staff. Those two are doing it. And I think it's good for the players. I think it's good for them. They hear a different voice. We change some things. And obviously we have the ability to change a little bit because you have Jada, you have Reese, you have Kenzie, you have AJ, you have EP. We have the ability to guard a little differently. We're not going to be a team that's going to, drive you crazy and press you the whole, be this juggernaut defensively. But we had to make some changes, especially with our 3-point field goal percentage defense. And a lot of that stuff last year was bad, and it was my fault because we tried to play a certain way, and we were so offensive-minded. And but like I said, I think that was a good decision on my part to let them handle it. And one game doesn't change it, but I think if you look at, for us, our scrimmage, our exhibition game, and today, we've definitely become a team that I think can guard a lot better than we have in the past.
What stands out about the minutes and the players you got to play toward the end of the game?
We want to give all those guys a chance. Obviously we have 13 players, and you can't play 13 normally. We scrimmage our second unit, those 5 guys, every single day. And one of the timeouts was, when they were in the game, we were losing 5-3 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, you want to play? You got to earn more minutes, and you got to go out and contribute. And I thought all of them, did a really good job, and it's fun to get them out there. And, they work as hard as everyone else. All the 5 that played, we didn't play hardly anyone we didn't play Addie at all in the fourth quarter. AJ a couple minutes, or Jada a couple minutes. But we just want to give them the opportunity, and those opportunities aren't going to come every game. We understand that. But I was really pleased with the way they played, especially the last 5 minutes.
And you've talked about, in the lead up to the season, maybe having to live with more turnovers. What did you feel like that department went for you today?
No, I thought it was fine. We made some silly decisions. Obviously, we need to do a better job of working on the double teams, on Audie and get it out of the double team. When we did that, we were fine. When we walk a fine line a little bit with is someone trying to make a basketball play or is it a bad decision? And I thought the turnovers, most of them were just, that's a basketball, it's a game of turnovers. I don't know that any of them were really, really bad decisions. It was fundamentally things that we need to coach better. But there weren't very many plays that they tried to make that you were like, that was a really bad idea. There's a couple, but for the most part, you live with the turnovers after that.
Bill, I'm not making a player comp at all, but I once asked Fred Hoiberg when he was coaching what George Niang's relationship with fear was like, and he said there is none. How would you describe Jada and Reese's relationship with fear?
It's great. They really, play off of each other. They help each other. I think those two guys, Rob, understand our wall is full of point guards that have been pretty damn good. I mean, since the day I got here, I have been blessed with a lot of things, but I've been blessed with a point guard that can play. Since it started with Tara Gunderson, and it's gone through then. And then you lose an Emily Ryan, who is iconic here. And now you have to come into that role with Audie, Addie, AJ. That's not the easiest thing to do. So to want that responsibility, to accept that responsibility is important. And those two have done an amazing job, and they play off of each other, with each other, and really proud of the way we see it in practice every day. They've done a great job. Audie's telling me to wrap it up, so you guys need to get going.
Just really quick, some of your maybe so-called role players, Alyssa, Sydney, they seem to play to their roles really well today.
Yeah, they did, all of them. And that's what I told them are, role players. There's 200 minutes in a game, and there's about 100 minutes that are going to dictate our season. And those 100 minutes are AJ, Kenzie, EP, Sid, Willie, LT, Reagan, whoever that is, those 100 minutes are going to dictate where our team goes, good or bad. And it's good to get them in there. It's good to see them have some success. But that's exactly what we've seen in practice, and it's good to see it in a game.
Your girls had a 19-0 run, 17-2 off turnovers in that first half. How awesome was it to see your girls shake off the rust as early as they did?
Yeah, no, that was good. You want to get out there and play right away. You want to create, and we told them, don't be afraid of fouling, just be a little more aggressive. Try and create some transition baskets, and I thought we did that. And, had a couple slow moments in the first half, guarding 24. But other than that, that was the difference in the game. It went quick. It's kind of like, I think it was 22-16. And then all of a sudden you look up and it's 43-19. And that's how basketball is played. I mean, it's boom, 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 and then bang. And when we've never really been a team that does that a lot, but I think we were today. And that's hopefully a team that we can, and again, it's not going to be like that every day, obviously, but can you have a 4-minute stretch, a 2-minute stretch where it's 6-0, and that might swing the game. So that was cool.
A couple of small things. What's it mean to have Kenzie be able to have a game like that? It seemed like she really impacted that run. And then what do you anticipate as a role for Reese moving forward throughout the season?
No, it's good for Kenzie. I mean, obviously the kid's been through an awful lot physically to get to this point, and she has a really big operation, so she has to sit out. Then she sprains her ankle, then she gets a cut on her hand. Like, it just hasn't gone great physically, but no one on our team has worked harder to get to the court, and she competes. And when you're a shooter and you don't see the ball go in the basket for a while, it really, really wears on you. So for her to have a couple shots go in, I think it's like anything, it's Mookie Betts, it's whatever. Like, you can do it, but you haven't done it in a while. So to see the ball go in at a big time was good.
And then Reese, what do you?
Oh yeah, Reese. No, Reese is our backup point guard, but excuse me, we practiced a lot with her and Jada together, and that will happen probably more than it did today. Jada got in foul trouble, and we were trying to get everyone in the game, obviously, but no, Reese is tough-minded. She is fearless. She is not afraid to do things. She does play like a freshman sometimes, and we kind of live with that. But tough kid, very skilled, and we have a lot of kids that our fans really like, but I would say that Reese and EP are going to have a lot of fans the more we play, and I think they're going to be drawn to those two a lot.